I love being ultra girly and feminine. So here are 7 things you can do right now to give off a more feminine aura. Not everything is about glitter and lip gloss, okay? Let me show you how to stand in your femininity and just be girly. Stop oversharing. We're gonna stop doing that. We do not have to feel silence. Be okay in silence. This is something that I've had to learn. It's honestly something I'm still working on because I love to talk. I mean, I'm talking to a camera right now. Nobody's behind this. I just feel like not everybody that you talk to and overshare with has the best of intentions. You never know what they're going to do with that information. It's okay to sit in silence. It's okay to be a little bit awkward. We don't need to overextend ourselves to fill the silence. Don't leave hate comments. We're not going to do that. As girly, feminine women, we do not hate on other women. We do not hate on other men. We don't leave nasty energy out in the world. I have never in my life yelled at a girl like this. I've never in my life left a hate comment. Every single time I've seen a hate comment, I always associate the girl behind that account with a masculine energy, just like dark, heavy energy, and we don't need that. So stop with the hate comments. Look yourself in the mirror and tell yourself 3 things that you love about yourself. Love about yourself without even realizing it. Whenever you speak good things to yourself, you love yourself. When you love yourself, you love others. When you love others, you exude a positive aura, a positive energy about you. I genuinely feel like I exude love, I exude happiness, I'm very inviting, and I feel like that is just so girly. Having gratitude in general, gratitude for things that you may not have had a year ago, 5 months ago. Whenever you're grateful, you just vibrate at such a high frequency. And when you vibrate at a high frequency, more good things come to you. Not something that you just made up in your mind. Think of something right now. There has to be something that you have today that you did not have 5 years ago that you were praying and wishing for. Think about that when you go to bed tonight and just remind yourself how grateful you are. Hey, we're gonna smile. We are smiling when we're in public, when we're standing next to our boyfriend and we're at a high profile event. We're smiling, we're looking nice, we're looking inviting. We are opening ourselves up like a ray of sunshine. That is literally how I view myself. I'm not even kidding. I have it tattooed on my arm. Me and my mom have it together. I genuinely see myself as a ray of sunshine. I feel like I have been put here to make other people smile. And when you go outside and you smile, you never know who needs it. Just throwing out happiness and smiles all around. Be extremely mindful about the girls and friends that you hold around you. It is better to have a small, tight, loyal circle than a big friend group. Trust me, you are who you hang around. You've heard that saying, if you have 4 broke friends, you're the 5th one. If you have 4 lazy friends, you're the 5th one. Very scary out there, especially for girls, which is so sad to say because I feel like it shouldn't be like that, but it is true. So just be careful who you hold around you. Block people, unfollow people. It's your feed. It's your life. It's your feed. Don't feel bad about it. You do not owe anybody an explanation. My social media probably looks completely different from yours. I have a very curated For You page for a reason because whatever I want to be in my life is going to be in my life. I feel bad energy if I don't like the way that somebody posts, I'm blocking them. That's it. You don't need to say anything about it. You just need to do what is best for you. Curate your social media the way that you want it to be. If you find yourself comparing or overthinking, get rid of those things that are popping up on your feed. Trust me, it is going to make you feel so much better.
In my part 1 video on how to be more feminine, I got so many questions about how to speak slower. So I'm gonna do my best to explain to you how I taught myself to speak more slowly. I understand the ADHD, anxiety girls because that's definitely me, or that was me until I taught myself. So for one, I had to understand why I was doing it. I over-explained and I talked really fast because I felt like I had to prove something to someone, or I felt like they didn't understand what I was saying. I had to learn, okay, they probably understand what I'm saying, but I'm talking so much that now they have to catch up to this whole new thing that I added. So let me just say this thing, see how they react, and then go from there. And 9 times out of 10, they understand you, they're following you, but people have pretty good listening skills, so they'll wait for you to be finished before they start talking again. So in knowing that, after I figured out why I was talking so much and talking so fast, I was able to be like, okay, I'm going to slow myself down. And whenever I found myself in a conversation talking to someone and I was overly excited or I wanted to hurry up and interject, I literally would feel myself being like, oh, and I would pedal back a little bit. I'd contain myself and I'd continue to listen to them. And as I'm speaking slower, I'm kind of thinking about the things that I'm saying as I'm speaking. I've also found that whenever I speak really fast and over explain, I say a lot of things that I didn't need to say or I didn't mean to say. So as I speak slower and I think about all the things that I'm saying as I'm saying it, then it helps me to actually articulate my words better. It helps me to actually use the words that I want to say, and it helps me to actually just get my thoughts across without having to be like, okay, but do you understand what I'm saying? I heard someone say, listen to understand, not to speak, or something like that. I don't know. But yeah, it just makes conversation so much more fun. You appear so much more confident when you speak slower. and softer, and people usually have to kind of like lean in to be like, well, what is she saying? Some other things that I would do is like practice saying words that I know that I would fumble, or like tongue twisters that I know I mess up on. Just take your time. Everything you do, just make it slower. Your movements, make them slower. You going to grab your purse, make it slower. When you're rushing the things that you say, when you rush your body language, when you rush things that are moving, you become frantic, and that's how you make mistakes. That's how you make spills, and that's how you have to retract what you're saying and be like, oh wait, but do you understand what I'm saying? So just take your time, breathe, and slow down. And one last thing, with like men, you know, sometimes they like to talk a lot or whatever. And I've learned to listen, because I would just interject and I'd be like, oh, but I did this and I did that, and I just talk and talk and talk. But now, even if I'm not listening to what they're saying, I'll just sit there and I'll like count to 30 in my head, and I'll be like, oh, and I might ask them a question about that, or I'll be like, is there anything else you want to say about that? And they love it. Like, they love to just be heard and listened to, I think. Let me know, guys, if you do enjoy being heard and listened to. Communication is just such a beautiful skill to have. Like I said, you can be so much more attractive and confident, and just ask people questions about things that they're interested and passionate about. Be intrigued with people. I feel like we don't really talk much anymore, and it's just like surface level, but I love having conversations with random people. That was a lot, but I genuinely hope that it helped a little bit. Okay, bye.
If you're struggling tapping into your like feminine side, or just really want to know how you can come off more ladylike, then this video is for you. Well, first I will say you need to find a signature perfume. It helps people to associate a smell with you, and it also kind of helps them remember you. Like, as soon as they smell this, they'll think of you. The next thing is that you need to slow down. This applies to the way you speak and the way you move. If you realize true feminine women, or like women that you would consider feminine, they have like a certain grace or a certain aura to them. And that is because they aren't rushing when they speak. They aren't moving super quick. They're just being intentional with the way they're speaking and being intentional with the way they're moving. Well, the next thing I recommend is to keep like a hygiene on the go packet in your purse. Personally, I like to keep deodorant. I also keep like those on the go toothbrush and toothpaste packs, perfume, a hairbrush, feminine necessities, all of the things that I need to make sure that I feel fresh and polished at all times. Even though these are minimal things that you can start like implementing into your habits and just you as a person, I promise if you do these, like, you will definitely feel more feminine. So I hope this helps.
If I was trying to become more feminine, then I would start adopting these habits. Limit the swearing and the slang from your vocabulary. You start using slang in your vocabulary, in conversations with people, it can really show that your vocabulary is just not as wide as theirs. And I think that it makes you look and sound like you're not well educated. I think being well educated is the epitome of being feminine. Nobody wants to sit down with somebody on a date and hear them effing and blinding about something or using slang. It just doesn't make you appear feminine. If you're trying to practice your feminine energy, then have a me day once a week, or if I'm busy and I can't have a full me day, then I have a me morning. But it's basically just a solo day or a solo morning just to yourself. You can do whatever you want. You can have a really long bath, or you can have a great everything shower. We can go shopping for ages, or spend the day doing whatever, do your nails, anything that you like that makes you feel feminine and makes you feel like you're pouring into your own cup before you can pour out to others. It's not meant to be a day that's spent with friends, with family, with your boyfriend. It's a day just for you to start practicing that feminine energy and taking care of yourself. I have one once a week, that works perfect for me. Like I said, if I have a busy week, then I'll have a me morning, but do it as much as you can that aligns with your own schedule. I love to sleep in something beautiful. I love having wonderful pajamas, silk lace baby dolls. I think that is so nice, so feminine. It makes me feel beautiful when I'm going to bed. But also just around the house, you don't have to wear sweats, you don't have to wear joggers. I like to switch those out for a workout outfit. I think I feel better when wearing a workout outfit as opposed to a tracksuit. I feel like I get more done. I feel like my energy is just a little bit brighter than if I'm in a tracksuit with my hood up. It just doesn't feel great to me. I love to wear heels everywhere. If you're not a heels person, start with a kitten heel. Wearing a pair of heels just makes you feel great. Who doesn't want to be in a dress and heels? I feel my best when I wear things like that. I don't feel my best in jeans, so I don't wear jeans very often. I don't feel my best in tracksuits, so I don't wear tracksuits. I feel my best in heels, so I wear heels often. Do what makes you feel your best, that you're tapping into your own energy and your own feminine energy, and you're pouring into your self-care cup. If I was trying to feel more feminine, then I would definitely start doing my morning and evening skincare. This doesn't have to be an hour long each time. It does not have to be 20 steps long, but it does need to be something that you can keep up doing. I probably spend 20 minutes each time on my skincare. Sitting down with yourself and taking those 5, 10, 20 minutes to do something that's solely for you
It's going to make you feel amazing. It's going to set you up for the day. It's going to make you feel better when you're going about your day, because you know you've already done something just for you. And you know when you get home, you get to have those 20 minutes to yourself. If you've had a really busy day and there's a lot going on, then you have those 20 minutes for you. You can't always control the stress in your life if you have work stress or stress outside of your personal life, but what can you do to mitigate that stress that it has on your body, on your head, on your mental? For me, I can spend 20 minutes to myself and do something that's just for me, and that can mitigate my stress.